Way too creepy, man. Way too creepy.
Oh shit. Oh, no way. Whoa! So there's somebody else out here.
If you are looking for videos to relax and unwind, Vicky's channel is the ideal place. Her content is full of beautiful expeditions, hidden lakes, and perfect campsites. But on this trip to the Snowdonia region in Wales, she and her friend Amy went through an experience that completely ruined their peace. They planned to camp next to a remote lake to enjoy absolute tranquility, without imagining that the real danger was waiting for them precisely where they left their means of transportation.
Here's where we're going. So we think we found quite a little quiet lake spot for tonight. It's near Llynogwen and that little busy area. And yeah, so hopefully think I've been quite clever in where we've parked and how we found it. And thinking we're going to be fairly alone tonight. So that's always good in Snowdonia in September. See that little dot up there? That's Amy at the top of the hill. And here's me back at the bottom. Because why? We forgot the water filter. And we realised when we was right at the top. It doesn't look that steep from here, but I promise you, it's steep. Tiny little Vic.
Getting there was not easy at all. After hiking a good distance, they had to retrace their steps back up the mountain because they forgot an essential water filter. Despite the exhaustion, they managed to get back on track and set up camp on a spectacular shoreline that looked like something out of a movie.
So here we are at Lynn Beep, and don't know what this is. They've covered up the car park which is here. There's no longer access to the world's most perfect car camping or van spot ever. Meanies. But yeah, here's our location. Very flat ground over there. I mean, we might camp there or we might find some around there. We shall see.
With the tent set up, the girls relaxed watching the sunset while some sheep grazed peacefully around them. There were no noises, there were no people, just a total disconnection that promised a perfect night. Look at what happened the next morning as soon as they returned to the starting point. After sleeping placidly, they got up, drank coffee, and packed up camp in a good mood. However, upon walking down the mountain and reaching the road where their vehicle was, the beautiful experience turned into a total nightmare. Pay close attention to the details of the vandalism in this clip.
We have been greeted with these sheep everywhere.
So the sheep are now making their way around the lake in an orderly fashion.
They went to sleep with nothing to worry about. Morning came without incident. They made coffee, packed up their gear, and made their way back down the trail toward the car. And that's when the trip turned into something else entirely.
So coming back from the car, from our camp, I have 4 flat tyres and a smashed windscreen and a smashed window, complete with rock inside.
Poor car. Are you still on hold, babe?
Yeah. I've been on the phone for 57 minutes.
For someone who didn't want us to stay here, they've made us stay here a real long time. Strange.
Trying to get rescued from this place. The breakdown people don't cover it. So on the phone with the insurance, and it's looking like it's going to be bye-bye to the car. It's going to have to get scrapped and I'm going to have to make a claim, but it's not going to be repairable apparently because of the damage, so it's probably going to be bye-bye car. So the farmers literally killed our car Murdered it. Even yesterday, somebody else was parked just over there, not blocking the gate as well. Another local person walking to the lake. There was no gate access blocked at all. He saw us probably, yesterday, when he came in, heard the sheep. I guess really hates wild campers, because it's not like we're in the way of the gate, so what other reason could it be?
Yeah, nothing was stolen from the...
Someone had completely destroyed the girl's car. The strange thing is that the criminals did not take anything, ruling out the motive of a common robbery. The car was not blocking any path, so this was an act of pure malice and planned cruelty. But what truly gives you chills is the trace left on the ground. A dry mark on the asphalt outlined the shadow of a small car parked right next to theirs. That proved the attackers had left just moments before the girls came down from the trail. They were inches away from running face-to-face into violent people in a completely isolated place. Fortunately, both Vicky and Amy were unharmed. The attack was directed straight at the metal, reminding us that while material damage hurts, the only thing that really counts is making it back safely to tell the tale. If you know CJ Faison, you know he is a content creator who loves to get into the most dangerous places on the planet, from abandoned mines to ghost towns. But in October 2024, he changed the game. He decided to make his first solo camping trip inside his van. The chosen location was the Pine Barrens of New Jersey, a gigantic forest of more than 1 million acres famous for the legend of the Jersey Devil and for the strangers who use the area to hide. The main problem: due to state laws, CJ went completely unarmed and defenseless.
I just pulled up. That's weird. Sounds very hollow.
CJ arrived as night fell and parked on a secluded dirt road. As soon as he stepped out, he noticed something very strange. When stepping on the ground, a hollow echo could be heard, as if there were a pit or something buried on purpose underneath. Despite the bad vibe, he decided to continue, turned on his lights, and started joking with the camera. However, in this forest, tranquility lasts very little.
I feel very nervous because this, like, completely solo. You're in the middle of the woods. I'm gonna get my stuff. I'm gonna go on a little bike ride here, and we're gonna go explore around together.
After taking a short bike ride to explore, he returned to his van and noticed something was wrong with the environment. Turn up the volume to see what he discovered.
Those 2 logs are knocked over. The 2 logs are actually knocked over. I know for a fact that one was standing up, and I know that I'm 99% sure that one was standing up too.
2 huge logs that he himself had left standing before heading out were now completely knocked down on the ground. There was no wind and no animals nearby. Frightened, CJ locked himself in the van, secured the doors, and left the cameras rolling. It was then that the forest began to creak.
What the f*** is that? What the... What is that? Let's try to zoom in on my camera. Come the fuck, come on. That's somebody's flashlight. Hello? I don't even know. It was a ding or something. Somebody's out here. Obviously. A damn flashlight doesn't fall clean out of the sky.
Out of nowhere, a red light began to blink among the plants. Upon carefully stepping down to investigate, he found a flashlight lying on the dirt that was not his. And the worst part is that the power button was in the off position.
Whoa! No. Mother beat the flashlight if I find you.
The device had activated on its own due to an impossible glitch. CJ ran terrified back to his van while feeling an unbearable pressure in the air.
All right, come the who's out here? Who's out here? I'm 9,000% sure that light was not on. 9,000%.
By this point, it was clear that someone or something was watching him from the blackness. See what happens when the situation gets out of control.
No way. Hello? Listen, dude. Listen. If you're with me, just come out and say it.
Loud enough to stop him cold.
A second mysterious light turned on in the distance. While CJ tried not to lose his mind, his equipment began to fail all at once. The camera batteries drained completely, and overheating alarms went off in the middle of the night cold. As if that were not enough, a massive and inexplicable crash echoed from the nearby river.
I'm 9,000% sure that boom or bang came from that right there. 100% came from that right there.
That tremendous bang froze him solid. CJ shouted toward the trees looking for the person responsible, but received only a deathly silence. With his heart racing, he went to check some nearby public restrooms, but the area was totally deserted. To avoid risking his life any further, CJ locked himself in his vehicle for good until dawn. The only thing giving him some comfort was the blinking of his satellite internet, while he felt the heavy gaze of an intruder from the tree line.
Tried to break in the van that I know of, at least. I think when I fell asleep, I was just like, ow. I enjoy the van camping thing. I felt way safer than when I'm like camping in a tent, that's for sure.
Daylight arrived with total calm. The bicycle and the van were intact. Visually, the danger had passed, but the psychological experience was brutal. The Pine Barrens went silent again, an uncomfortable silence that proves that, sometimes, threats do not need to show their face to make it clear who the true owner of the forest is. We move on now to the British-born Channel Moxley's paranormal world, famous for its risky solo night investigations inside the deepest forests of the United Kingdom. On April 29, 2026, the creator of the channel entered a sector that commands his absolute respect, because in the past he claimed to have had direct contact with entities of alien origin at this very spot. Knowing perfectly well what he was exposing himself to, the YouTuber reinforced his campsite by placing motion alarms around the perimeter before night fell. He didn't want any surprises. Look at what he discovered while exploring the area with the last rays of sunlight.
Because it definitely looks big enough. Yeah, it's going to be big enough here. And even if it's not, we'll make it big enough. I keep looking around because I don't feel like I'm the only person here, and I possibly ain't the only person here. Because what time are we at? 8 o'clock in the evening. It's a gorgeous day as well. This ground's really soft. Isn't it great just listening to the wildlife as you're setting up? It's one of the main reasons why I actually love coming out doing these ones. yeah, okay, you've got the stories of the paranormal cryptids.
Among the undergrowth, the explorer stumbled upon some strange wooden constructions, heavy branches placed so symmetrically that it was evident someone, or something, had arranged them on purpose. Seconds later, the wildlife went completely silent and a strange glow appeared among the trees. It was a metallic flash that blinked and moved from one trunk to another, always staying at the edge of the camera's vision. It did not attack, but it did not leave either. It just stayed there, watching in a cold and calculating way.
It was like a thud. Just here. Is there someone else here with me? If there is, come forward, come and speak to me. Or show yourself. Show yourself on the camera. Maybe come and show me what you look like. Don't know who I'm speaking to. Let's go over this side. Alright, I've just turned the spirit talker back on. Let's go for a walk.
3. Forgive my sins.
3. Forgive my sins. Well, what did you...
1840.
1840. 1840s. Leg. There's something...
My name is Raymond.
Raymond? Is that what we just got in the tent as well? Raymond?
I'm always watching.
You always watching, are you?
Kelsey.
What are you always watching? Are you watching people who come out here doing the photography? The strangest thing is, this place is supposedly
I'm sorry.
full of wildlife, like deers and all sorts.
May I touch you?
No, you cannot touch me.
I've been trapped here.
You've been trapped here. And the thing is, earlier on, we seen deer tracks.
The mystery escalated completely when the lights began to multiply, appearing from different directions at the same time. In the middle of the blackness, it was impossible to calculate the real distance of those blinking spotlights. What was truly disturbing is that the lights seemed to move at the same pace as the YouTuber, maintaining the exact distance to avoid being clearly focused on by the flashlight. Pay attention to what happens when the campsite's technology detects something in the shadows.
Spirit talker, that was absolutely insane. Some interesting stuff coming through on that. The EVP I'm not 100% sure about, but that weird light, or whatever it was in the sky during the night, I don't even know if the cameras picked it up, but that was very odd, especially with the sightings of UFOs and stuff. I'm not saying it was a UFO, and I didn't say it was a UFO then either. It could have been a plane, and it's just the angling, looking up at it. But anyway, I need to get myself a quick cup of coffee, pack this tent away.
In the middle of the night, one of the perimeter sensors began to sound, confirming that something had crossed the security line. The creator went out immediately to check the area, but the forest was deserted, no footprints on the ground, no broken branches, no silhouettes fleeing. Minutes later, the scene repeated itself with strange noises activating the sensors again. Someone or something with physical mass was bypassing the electronic devices without leaving the slightest material trace in its wake. This exploration shows us that psychological suspense can be more terrifying than a monster in front of the camera. Flashes that appear and disappear, coordinated movements in the gloom, and noises that stop right at the edge of the tent. At dawn, the investigator packed up his equipment knowing perfectly well that, throughout the entire night, he was never alone. If you know the channel 50/50 Fishing, you know that Joseph's videos are synonymous with peace, fishing rods, and calm waters. But in this video, the rules changed completely. Determined to seek a more extreme adventure, Joseph ventured deep into a thick forest with a friend to spend the night in a tent. They set up camp looking forward to an idyllic evening, without imagining that they would become the target of a lethal visitor.
It makes sense when you consider it pops open like an ice shanty. Set it on the ground. Oh, this is just like a dang shanty. And you just pop this, pop that. No, that's it.
The tent is up, bro.
Holy crap.
That's nice.
Bro, that's pretty fire. It's supposed to be 7x7. Don't really look like it. Boy, that's kind of slick. Look at that thing, man. It literally took 5 seconds. Yeah, that tent's kind of fire, though. I mean, it literally took, what takes the longest is doing the dang rain fly and stuff. And they really don't take long. Got a tent up in freaking 5 seconds, though.
At first, the trip was a resounding success. Good catches, a great atmosphere, and a picture-perfect sunset. But in the heart of nature, silence can be a trap. Pay close attention to how the atmosphere changed in the blink of an eye.
Alright guys, well, I'm probably gonna head to bed. Probably gonna get up early, hit the lake again. Got my mattress pad, got the sleeping bag. This little tent's alright. This ain't bad at all. Not like crazy roomy, but it's pretty good. Could fit 2 people in here.
Joseph fell fast asleep, believing the night would pass without any surprises. A terrible mistake, because the true owner of the forest was about to show up.
I heard something like a weird... I just woke up. I heard something like a weird noise. What the hell is it? There's something out there. There's... What the... Yeah, that sounds like a bear, like for real. Oh shit. I think it stopped, man. It like pushed my whole tent in right here. I'm about to go look. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I thought I heard it kind of run away. What the fuck? I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna sleep now.
In the middle of the night, heavy footsteps shattered the calm and triggered Joseph's survival instinct. What he saw through the fabric of the tent will give you goosebumps. The huge silhouette of a bear brushed against the fabric of the tent, sniffing the perimeter. Totally frozen by fear, Joseph could only listen as the animal circled his head, letting out increasingly aggressive huffs. He was just one claw swipe away from being exposed to an alpha predator. Fortunately, after endless minutes of maximum tension, the bear lost interest, turned around, and vanished into the blackness of the trees. Without a second thought, Joseph bolted, started the fire to create distance, grabbed his keys, and locked himself inside his vehicle to secure the rest of the night.
Alright guys, well, got no idea where that thing went. I just started a big ass fire. Make sure he don't come back, hopefully. No idea. I think the tent's alright. I haven't seen anything on the tent. Man, I might sleep in the freaking... What was that? I just heard something. I might sleep in the damn truck tonight. Literally might be sleeping in the truck. I don't have any food out or nothing.
That is how the wild world is. It does not give warnings. You can go from total disconnection to having a wild beast breathing inches from your face. Joseph managed to escape this experience unharmed, but the brutal lesson of what could have been a real attack remained engraved forever in his memory and in that of his subscribers. We move on now to the channel Wild Bliss Bunny, an account famous for taking urban camping to extreme levels, spending the night in forbidden areas like rooftops, parking lots, or abandoned alleys. Her videos are usually very fun, but camping in civilization also has its risks. In this episode, Bunny sought shelter in a small redwood park tucked right in the middle of a residential area. She had to wait hidden in the shadows for a good while for some people to clear the area so she could start setting up her tent.
Alright guys, we got lucky. That was indeed them. They left. Here's the picnic table, and as you can see, we are now in this expansive ring of redwood trees that is in the middle of this urban environment where cars can walk by, people can walk by. So our mission now is going to be to find a little tucked away spot that we can set up and camp for the night. Oh my gosh. I cannot even believe this, you guys. I can't even make this up. There is a bunny right here. Are you kidding me? I guess this is where we're gonna set up camp because, like, come on.
Right while clearing the ground, she found a toy buried in the mud, a small rabbit. A very strange detail considering the name of her channel. She thought it would be her lucky charm, but things went wrong immediately when the tripod fell and broke part of her audio equipment. Despite the trouble, she managed to pitch a small tent and went inside to rest. It was at that moment that the night turned into a real nightmare. Turn up the volume to see this tense moment.
Hey guys, I gotta abandon camp. I'm here in my tent. I was about to get my bedding situated, but some dude, so there was this guy on the bike and he kept like doing circles around, and then he sat at the bench that I showed you earlier, the table, and then he like went and sat by a tree, and I was like, what is going on? And then I thought he left, and then he came and he said knock knock after I like set up my tent and everything, and I'm like, why are you knock knocking? You know, why are you circling around on your bike and like making it like you left? And then after I'm like here and get my stuff all situated and set up, come up and say knock knock in the dark. Like he doesn't even have a light or anything. So way too sketchy, and I'm gonna have to abandon camp tonight because that is not the business right there. So darn. Too bad. This was a cool spot, but not anymore.
Imagine the scene for a second. You are alone in the middle of the night, and a stranger who had already been watching you on a bicycle pretends to leave, but returns on foot, stands in front of your tent, and says to you, knock, knock. No one with good intentions acts that way. Bunny did not think twice. She packed everything up at the speed of light and escaped running from the place.
That suitcase wasn't here before. Wonder if it's that guy's. Where is that guy? Anyways, we're getting out of here. Way too creepy, man. Way too creepy.
Many will say that maybe the guy was just a clumsy person without malice or someone with poor social skills. That could be. But when you are vulnerable and notice that something does not add up, you do not stay to investigate. That is pure common sense. This case reminds us that danger is not only in dark forests or cursed places, but also just around the corner, under the city lights. What do you think? Do you think she exaggerated or that she did the right thing by bolting out of there? Leave me your theory down below in the comments. And if you have ever lived through a similar experience where you had to flee an uncomfortable situation, I would love to read your story. We move forward with the case of Brendan Explores, a UK YouTube channel focused on van trips and hidden campsites in the middle of nowhere. On March 29, 2026, Brendan drove into a thick forest for a solo overnight camp. The weather was terrible, but the real problem began when he realized he was not as alone as he thought.
I heard what sounded like teenagers laughing and giggling before. I was just about to get into bed. Flipping rave at Barry Ditches. Oh my god. I'm going to give it 10 minutes and hopefully they're just smoking whatever and then just...
In such secluded areas, the silence makes any noise travel for miles, making it almost impossible to calculate how close the danger is. Although the group of strangers roaming the area eventually left, his peace of mind had already vanished completely. Brendan knew that being inside the van no longer made him invisible. Look at what happened right after.
Just had someone pull up outside the van. What the f*** was that? Where's the light? Right, I think they've just driven off. Where the hell are my keys? Right, flipping out past midnight. Oh my god. Have they done anything else? Just pelted eggs at the side of the van.
What began as a simple night of adventure in the forest spiraled out of control when it became clear that a group of strangers had fixed their attention directly on the vehicle and on him. To prevent the tension from ending in an actual assault, he preferred not to risk it, packed everything up, and escaped from the place immediately. Shocked? If so, take advantage of this short break to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can stay up to date with future updates. Now, let's move on to the next footage. The next case stars Eva, the mind behind the channel Eva Zubek and well-known host of the show Super Skilled on National Geographic. If you know her work, you know she loves extreme adventures and living on the edge. But in this video, things took such a dark and unexpected turn that they left her completely frozen.
The
last few weeks have been eye-opening for me. Because in the last few weeks, I've started to realize just how dangerous it is to do what I do. And I never had to deal with situations like this before, not on this level. But just the fact that it's all happening now is making me rethink this channel, what this channel is about. And a few minutes ago, a man that I don't know appeared on my property. And he turned to me and he said, "Oh, finally I found you. I've been looking for you." This is a man that I don't know, that I didn't invite here, that I didn't want here, who came here all on his own to my private property in the mountains, where there is no obvious path that leads here. He made his way up the hills and through the freaking forest to find me, uninvited. To find a woman who's camping on her own, on her private property. To find her and do what exactly? I was shocked. I was shocked and immediately felt so vulnerable and so scared. I immediately told him that this is my private property and that I'm not looking for guests. I took my axe and I went inside my tent with Vilk. This is not the first time that something like this has happened.
because a few weeks ago, something even worse happened.
This that you just saw is truly scary, especially being in such a remote place in the world. If something went wrong, it was impossible for an ambulance or the police to arrive in time to save her. But the most terrifying thing about this whole matter is that it was not the first time a stranger harassed her in the middle of her recordings. Stay to see the next fragment to understand the danger.
Quédate a ver el siguiente fragmento para entender el peligro.
I was filming with National Geographic for my new show when I found out that another guy that I didn't know, that I had zero contact with ever, had been looking for me on my land in Poland. I wasn't there at the time, of course. I was filming with Nat Geo on a different continent. But the next thing I know, this man found out where we were filming, and he flew from Europe to Africa to chase me down, convinced that we were supposed to get married and that we're supposed to be together, that destiny is bringing us together. And so this man is looking for me all around the world. I don't know him. I don't know who he is. I don't know his intentions. And then he found me. It's a really terrifying experience when men that you don't know seek you out and you don't know what their intentions are. And some of them are delusional.
It is a very frustrating situation, because Eva's plan was simply to raise awareness about an important issue, but she ended up attracting a subject with very doubtful intentions. This leaves us with a great lesson about the care that must be taken when making this type of content. After the incident, Eva held out a bit longer at the site, but decided to call a friend to tell him what was happening. His response was direct: "Get out of there immediately."
La respuesta de él fue directa. Vete de ahí de inmediato.
I say take Coke and just fucking head down to your car. I drive over to your friends' just park for the night or somewhere else. Go back in the morning to clean up stuff.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
It's especially earlier than later. It's not fun. It's fucking convenient as fuck. But like if we're just trying to play risk management with a situation where you have a bunch of unknowns, you don't know who this guy is.
Yeah.
He says he's visiting. It could be another weirdo that's coming to look for stuff. So like we just don't know.
Yeah.
Comes up with beers.
Yeah.
So he starts drinking and thinks, I'll go back.
Yeah.
She did not hesitate. She started her vehicle, drove to a safe place, and returned the next morning accompanied by someone else just to pick up her remaining things. This case demonstrates why it is so dangerous to camp or travel without anyone watching your back in isolated areas. Luckily, Eva came out of this safe and sound, but the scare she got will take a long time to fade.
Pero el susto que se llevó tardará mucho tiempo en borrarse.
Let's continue with a recording that will make your hair stand on end. A man was peacefully fishing on the bank of a river when, out of nowhere, he heard desperate screams in the distance. Leaving his rod aside without a second thought, he ran toward the danger to see what was happening. What he discovered upon arrival left him in complete shock.
Okay. Well, your dad's back there, but I'm gonna bring you in the shore, okay? I know. Just calm down. Calm down. Just hold my hand. All right. So, nope, you can't pull right now. Just hold on a second.
I need to get to my dad.
Okay, but I'm gonna bring you over to land, okay? Just calm down. You're on my boat. You don't have to worry about the current taking you out. Just listen to me. What's your name? EJ, okay? So what we're gonna do right now? Can you? I have to figure out a way to get you up and out without bringing all the water in, okay? So I think if you can hold on like that, can you do that for me? Can I get you to shore?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really need it.
Yep, okay. So,
really need it.
and then you'll be able to land on the dock, okay? Can you do that for me?
Yes.
You're strong, right?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So I just need to be strong for a few more seconds. All right? So I'm gonna try not to hit you. So I'm just gonna back us up.
And what's this?
Oh, that's my minnow bucket. There's fathead minnows in there, okay? All right, so I'm gonna try to back us up. Yep, your dad's not gone. He's just on the other side of that grass over there, okay?
Yeah, he's doing it. Okay. I've been screaming it for a long time.
I know, yep.
And he was not listening.
I know. All right, so I'm just trying to do this, okay? Can you hold on, keep holding on like that?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, good. How old are you?
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
The river current was carrying away a small child, who was screaming with all his might, calling for his dad. The problem was that the father was trapped on the other side of the river and, due to the noise of the water, had not realized the severity of the situation. Stay to watch the harrowing rescue in the next fragment.
Yep. Yep. I think he unhooked his anchor and then he just got blown away in the current. Which made... Yeah, you can do it. You've been swimming in the current for so long. Can you pull yourself up? Can you? Or you need some help?
I don't know. Up and out of the water with the tide.
Yeah, are you still really, really cold?
Yeah, he's colder.
Yeah, okay. Can you make it up? Hold on. Good job. Yeah, hold on. Let me get this off.
Where was he?
I think he got blown away over there. Come on, let's see if we can find somebody to get you a napkin. Here, let me get you out of that.
I should use it by the water.
Yeah.
I should.
All right, yeah. Can we, are you doing good?
Yeah.
Still cold?
Yeah.
All right.
But I was driving the water in.
Come on, let's see if somebody's home.
I can run a show called American Man.
Yeah. Hi, do you have any towels on him? His dad left him stranded out in the middle of the river. And
follow me, sir.
And yeah, he's saying he's feeling cold. I was just somebody that was fishing, but I want to make sure that he's fine. Then we're going to call 911.
911?
Yeah, we got to make sure you're doing okay so you don't have hypothermia or something like that sitting there.
I don't need 911.
Why? Why don't you want to call 911? Are you scared?
Yes, I don't want to.
It's okay. We just got to get you on and make sure you're getting checked out.
No.
I
don't want 911, please. No.
Do you still feel really, really cold?
Yeah.
Okay, come on over here, bud.
Yep, so he's got you a towel.
It's going right there. Where was he in the...
Yeah, he was in the bay. When I came up fishing, his dad was right next to him.
Yeah?
Maybe 30, 40 yards west or east of the ramp there. And the current just swept him all the way out here.
Oh.
And his dad
There's actually 2 people drowned here in that same spot last year.
Well, it was just one of those things where I thought his dad was coming because his dad has the sailboat right there, and he's still not coming. So hasn't came in and checked in on him. So
Okay, just pull this up over your head now.
yeah, we just got to make sure we get you warm and that you're gonna be okay because we don't. Okay.
Okay. Hey, we're gonna get you all fixed up here, Jack.
Yeah.
There.
Fortunately, thanks to the quick action of the fishermen, they managed to pull the miner out of danger completely safe. To ensure he had no aftereffects or suffered from hypothermia due to the freezing water, they immediately called 911 for paramedics to check him thoroughly.
David.
Very pleased to meet you.
Yep.
Sounds like he was a bit nervous.
Well, he was screaming, and it was like I looked back to see where you were at, and you were a couple hundred yards away, and then there was somebody else that had a boat and heard him screaming, but then they went past him because the people had told him that Dad was in the water over here. So I'm like, they're gonna go get him, and they didn't. They just drove past him, and then he started screaming even louder. So then I just cut my line and paddled up, and he grabbed onto the side of my kayak, and I just made sure that he could hold on long enough because I was going to try to lift him up in the kayak, but I told myself if I do that, there's going to be too much water that's going to come inside. So then that's why I just had him hold on to the side. I'm going to try to paddle to to get him in as far as we can to the nearest dock.
Yep.
Then he starts telling me that he's shivering, so I'm like, I don't know if the kid, how long he was in the water or if he could have hypothermia. So I was like, I'm just gonna call EMS, have them check him out. And then I was happy I did come here because they were here, had a boat, was able to come and get you.
Yes.
But yeah.
No, I'm very thankful of that.
Me too.
First I say 1,000 and then thank yous.
Yep.
That saved me a bunch of hassle.
Yeah.
Because the river takes him a little bit, and I said,
yeah,
calm down, slowly swim to shore.
Yep.
You got this. We've been in this before.
Yep.
And I tried to get him with the boat, and of course the wind's picking up.
Yep.
So it just poof right across the river.
Yep.
So I had to try and walk it back. That is super slow.
Yep.
So thank you very much.
Yep.
I would chat longer, but I think I'm needed.
Yep.
Once again, thank you. And we might be seeing each other again.
The strangest thing about the whole case was the dad's attitude upon reuniting with his son. He did not seem upset or worried at all, acting as if nothing serious had happened. Even so, the only thing that matters is that the child had the immense luck of crossing paths with this hero without a cape. Otherwise, the story would have ended in the worst possible way. Let's go with a shocking case that went viral after appearing on a Russian news broadcast on October 9, 2024. What you are about to see next is the worst-case scenario for anyone who loves camping or hiking outdoors.
Медведь! Я снимаю, между прочим, это маленький. Пуля, там ты видишь что? Что ты идешь за мной? Пуля! Вперед! Вон там, вон, вперед! О, молодец, иди отрабатывай. Лук, взять. Куда ты побежал, придурок? Дима, не ругайся. Эй, эй, эй! Вали на! Вот. Пока да.
Я тебя пристрелю, на.
Да не, Димас, что сейчас, нормально. Вот, а? Эй! Ну, две собаки это лучше, чем одна. Дима, отходим потихонечку назад. Эй! 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 Эй!
Эй! Иди сюда!
Да он молодой совсем. Понятно, что
At first, the hikers thought the noises in the undergrowth were caused by a small or frightened animal. But that tranquility vanished instantly when they realized the huge danger they had in front of them. Pay attention to how the situation changes in the next fragment.
Вот! Это плохо, это плохо, это плохо, это плохо. Сейчас. Батя услышал, что ли? Да, батя.
In moments like this, thinking fast is the only thing that can save your life. Instead of staying frozen by fear, these men activated their survival instinct. They began to shout with all their might and wave their arms to try to scare the bear away. The big advantage is that they were not alone. Their dogs were there to protect them. The intense barking of the pack of dogs, added to the desperate shouts of the men, ended up confusing the bear and prevented it from charging at them. After a few endless minutes where they played with their lives, the animal decided to turn around and retreat, allowing everyone to escape safe and sound. These stories show us that the line between a perfect outdoor adventure and an authentic nightmare is extremely thin. Whether due to the unforeseen ferocity of wild fauna, inclement weather, strange unexplained phenomena, or cold human malice, danger always lurks when we find ourselves vulnerable and isolated. In the end, material damage and the scare are left in the past. The only thing that truly matters is to sharpen your common sense, react in time, and return safely to tell the tale. If you are passionate about suspense and want to keep discovering the most shocking and mysterious cases on the web, then subscribe to the channel to become part of our community of explorers. Activate the notification bell so YouTube notifies you as soon as we upload a new story, and share this video with your friends and camping enthusiasts. That way they will know what they are exposing themselves to the next time they head out into nature.